In a speech this past weekend, Donald Trump, once again, for the second time in a month, said that the current president of the United States was Barack Obama. Now, I don't know if you're super into politics. I'm assuming if you're listening to this, you're probably into politics. You keep up with the news of the day. So you know that the current president of the United States is not, in fact, Barack Obama. It is a man by the name of Joseph R. Biden. He's been president for, almost 3 full years now. So there's really no excuse for anybody, unless you're under the age of like 5, to not know who the president of the United States was. But twice in the last month, Donald Trump has made reference to the current president of the United States as Barack Obama. So this is just another in a long line of very serious mental gaffes that Donald Trump has made in the last 2 months. The same 2 months where he's trying to tell everybody he's the only mentally competent one, and yet somehow he keeps screwing things up more than he ever has. Like when he said about a month ago that President Biden was going to get us involved in World War II. As if Biden is hiding a time machine that we don't know about because World War II already happened. And actually, during that same speech was the other time he referred to beating President Obama in 2016, which he wasn't running against President Obama. And then, of course, there was another one in between this Saturday and that previous one where he talked about Obama being the president. So yeah, Donald Trump's mental problems seem to be getting a lot worse, don't they, folks? Well, not if you ask Fox News host Brian Kilmeade, because Brian Kilmeade says, hey, it's all part of the plan, because Trump assured him it's part of the plan. So after Donald Trump made his gaffe this weekend, Brian Kilmeade, Fox News host, said this. I'm sorry, he's so dumb. Brian Kilmeade is so dumb. He said, Donald Trump keeps saying that because he believes Obama's pulling the strings. I talked to him off camera about that. I talked to him on radio about that. I corrected him on the radio interview. I said, you mean Joe Biden? He said, no, he's convinced Barack Obama's running the country. That's why he says it. He wants you to think that. So you called out a narcissist for being wrong about something, and rather than correct themselves, they tried to make it seem like that's what they were saying the whole time anyway? Wow, that is really shocking, Brian Kilmeade. I can't believe the rest of us did not believe that. Thank you for clarifying, you dumbass. Now, I'm not the only one who thinks Brian Kilmeade is a dumbass here, of course. Also on that panel that Kilmeade was speaking to was lefty Leslie Marshall, who's about the only person from the left that they allow on Fox News, and she does a wonderful job. So Leslie Marshall says, oh, Brian, come on. Oh, that's good. That's good. You should be his manager, his campaign manager. That's a really good spin on that. And that's exactly what it is. Kilmeade's like, no, he didn't mess up because he told me he didn't actually mess up. Like, oh my God. He messed up. He messes up a lot. He's messing up more frequently, more often, more severely. Donald Trump's brain ain't what it used to be. He is declining. And based on the last couple months of performances, he's declining, at a very accelerated rate. Listen, I misspeak. Sometimes I get a little tongue-tied on things. You know what I do? I pause, I correct myself, I move on. I don't sit there and be like, well, the reason I just got a little tongue-tied there is because I was just seeing if anybody was paying attention to the fact that I do that. No. Because I'm not a raging narcissist. See, there you go, tongue-tied right there. I'm not a raging narcissist, and I'm also not a complete and total moron. Everybody makes mistakes. It's why pencils have erasers. But Donald Trump is such a small, petty man that he is not even willing to admit that he made a mistake. And Brian Kilmeade is such a stupid man that he will literally buy into whatever excuse Donald Trump feeds him. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.